Goodbye, or should I say hello? Because today I'm going to teach you how to properly say it is opposite day and the theoretical ways that opposite day can exist. I want the proper opposite day. Every time I say it's opposite day, someone goes, "Oh, it's not opposite day." Let me have an opposite! In order to find opposite day, we must identify these three problems. Number one, the golden rule of opposite day. Whenever someone says it is opposite day, someone always goes, "Oh, but it's not opposite day now." Shut up! Shut your face! Number two is you can't just say it is not opposite day, because then it's just not opposite day, because it's just a statement. It's saying it's not opposite day. And number three, this is one that's quite tricky. So, there is a established opposite day. It is January 25th. However, if you think about it, if everything on opposite day is opposite day, then wouldn't even the date of opposite day then be opposite day? When you say it is opposite day, at that moment, it is opposite day. And then, it is not opposite day. Take this Venn diagram, for instance. So right here you have opposite day, and then over here you have not opposite day. So in order for it to then not be opposite day, it would then somewhere in between have to be opposite day, wouldn't it? There is opposite day. It exists. But for how long? Now time to talk about the problem number three. As you remember, opposite day, when you say it's opposite day, wouldn't the date then change? At first, I was thinking, oh, it would be the opposite side of the year. So January would be December, it would be Christmas. Then I got to thinking, oh, well, that's not right. No, that's not right at all. But then I thought, wouldn't it then be the exact moment before the creation of opposite day, just 1 year later? You create opposite day. A year later, it would be 1 year. I just remember my dream from last night. So I was at this parking. So when you create opposite day, it would then be the opposite of that. It would then move to the opposite of that day. Correct? Hopefully you understood that. So we found opposite day now. We finally found it. However, it's just for a singular moment. And we have to be able to make it for an entire day. It's not opposite moment, it's opposite day, damn it. So we had to find a way to constantly keep it opposite day. But the issue is that it's always moving and it's always ending. So we just invent time travel. I feel like this is what Kanye West's brain sounds like constantly. Now, let's check out this graph real quick. Let's say this point here is opposite day. Let's call it M, and then opposite day moves 1 year later, just one moment before you claimed opposite day. Let's label it O. Now, theoretically, you could go back in time 1 year and 1 moment before M in order to make M the new O. Let's call this variable T. You could then repeat this. The only issue is you would have to find the point between M and T in order to create another point, and the point between T and T2, and so on, in order to infinitely chain opposite days. We found opposite day. Congratulations. But we don't have access to time machines. But this video's not over yet, is it? So let's say you don't have access to a time machine here, and you still want to enjoy the thrills, the joys, the wonders that is opposite day. You want to be able to say, fuck you, to your significant other. Or you want to be able to trick somebody into selling their house because you said, hey, can I have your house? They say no, and you go, haha, it's opposite day. And then you own their house and everything that they have in it. So, one thing that could happen is opposite day starts, then ends, and then the date changes. Or the second option is opposite day starts, then the date changes, and then it ends. So let's call group 1 here the ones that start, end, then the date changes. Let's call them enders, or if you want to go, if you believe in enderism, or you're an enderist, whatever you want to call yourself now. Democrat, Republican, no. It's all about if you're an enderist, or now, the second one is a changeist, which means the date changes somewhere between the starting and the ending of opposite day. So enders would believe that opposite day begins and then it ends, and the variable of the date changing isn't even needed. Changers would believe that all the contradictions of opposite day would have to happen before the contradiction of it ending, meaning that the date would change as well as all other opposite day contradictions before the day ends in that moment. So if you're an enderist, you want to know, how do I make opposite day? I side with enderism and I want to have opposite day. Well, let me tell you. You would then need to create a string of opposite days to overlap each other so that opposite day does not end. In order to solve the ender's problem, you would need to create an infinite string of opposite days between it beginning and between it ending. The human mind can travel of upwards to 120 miles per second. Thank you, Wikipedia. So, you would need two computers synced to create a rapid string of saying it is opposite day, overlapping each other faster than the mind can think, so that we could live in a constant state of opposite day. So enders, that's a very simple problem to solve. Just in between opposite day and not opposite day is opposite day. You find that point in opposite day, create another opposite day, rinse, wash, repeat, until you have opposite day. Now, the changers, that is where it gets a little difficult. The initial problem with changers is that opposite day can only then be created into the future because the date changes before opposite day ends. And I was at the problem that if enderism, then opposite day can exist. If changeism, then opposite day can't exist because it's always in the future. No matter how far you go, it is always in the future. But I didn't stop there. I did not stop until opposite day can exist for us all. Endist and changeist alike. Hopefully none of those are like racial slurs. I don't know how. Considering it with enderism, you can create an instance before it begins and ends. Couldn't you do the same with changeism before it begins and the date changes? So that the date never changes. I really don't know why I decided to make this video. Now you know how to create an opposite day. If we ever have the technology to do this, I think we should definitely do it. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. This is about the same energy the rest of the channel has, is tomfoolery. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.